We often hear the advice to castle our king early in a chess game, securing it behind a protective pawn shield. But what if this seemingly sound strategy can sometimes backfire, making the king's central position a dangerous liability? It is a counterintuitive thought, but crucial for advanced understanding. King centralization becomes a significant positional weakness when the center of the board opens up, leading to lines of attack for the opponent's major pieces. Instead of providing access to both wings for defense or attack, a king stuck in the middle suddenly finds itself exposed to checks, tactical motifs, and overwhelming threats. The core mechanism behind this vulnerability is the loss of pawn cover combined with increased piece activity. When central pawns are exchanged or key pawn breaks occur, open files and diagonals appear. This allows the opponent's rooks, queens, and bishops to project long-range influence directly onto the king. Without pawns to block these attacking lines, the king has fewer safe squares and less time to react. It is like being caught in the middle of a battlefield with no trench to hide in, making the king an immediate target for enemy forces. To recognize and respond to this danger, actively monitor the central pawn structure. Look for signs of pawn breaks like d5 or e4, or the potential for central pawn trades that open the e and d files. If the center is becoming fluid and your opponent has developed their rooks, queen, and bishops with an eye towards the center, it is a clear warning sign. When these conditions arise, prioritize king's safety by either castling quickly if the path is clear, or actively creating pawn cover if castling is no longer an option. Sometimes, the best strategy is to keep the center closed until your king is safely tucked away. This concept highlights the critical distinction between dynamic play and static vulnerability. A centralized king might be perfectly fine, even advantageous, in a completely closed center where pawn chains lock the position and restrict enemy piece mobility. Here, the king can act as an extra defender or attacker, moving to support weak points. However, as soon as the position gains dynamic potential through central pawn breaks or piece exchanges, that same central king transforms from an asset into a target, necessitating immediate and decisive action to relocate or secure it. Understanding when your king's central position shifts from neutral to detrimental is a hallmark of strong positional play. By accurately assessing the central pawn structure and anticipating the opening of lines, you gain a significant advantage in king's safety and can avoid costly tactical blunders. This knowledge empowers you to make proactive strategic decisions, ensuring your king remains secure throughout the complexities of the middle game.